When Pope Francis announced he was thinking of visiting Ukraine right now, in the middle of the war, journalists aboard the papal plane returning from Malta were not in the least surprised. That's because he's mentioned the possibility on more than one occasion, only never quite as pointedly as when he referred to a question he's clearly already been asked.
La domanda sta così. Abbiamo sentito che lei pensava a un viaggio in Ucraina e io ho detto è sul tavolo. Il piano è lì come una delle proposte arrivate, ma non so se si potrà fare. Se è conveniente farla e farla sarà per meglio o si conviene farla e devo farla. È nell'aria tutto questo, no?
A visit to any country in the middle of a war is by definition up in the air. A papal visit in particular, whenever it happens, depends on a series of conditions, starting with an official invitation by both the country's political and religious authorities. That's a box that's already been ticked. The Ukrainian president and the mayor of Kiev made that invitation a while back. So did the Greek Catholic Patriarch and the papal nuncio to Ukraine. But there are also issues of policy and diplomacy to consider. The Pope tends to avoid visiting countries about to vote in national elections or where his presence could add to political tensions or be manipulated and used to the advantage of one side or another. Hopefully, that would not be the case if he visited Ukraine. His intention would be exclusively to denounce the war there and to comfort those who are suffering as a result of it. Even if that's something he's already been doing and continues to do right here in the Vatican.
Questa bandiera viene dalla guerra, proprio da quella città martoriata, Bucha. E anche ci sono qui alcuni bambini ucraini che ci accompagnano. Salutiamoli e preghiamo insieme con loro.
Obviously, Pope Francis doesn't need to travel to Ukraine to call out the Russian invasion or to offer comfort and consolation to the Ukrainian people. He wants the war to stop. And for that to happen, there must be room for diplomacy and dialogue. That includes dialogue with the leader of the Russian Orthodox Church. And on that point too, Pope Francis was very specific when he spoke to journalists aboard the flight bringing him home from his recent visit to Malta.
Da tempo c'era pensato un incontro con Patriarch Kirill. Si sta lavorando in questo. Si sta lavorando, si pensa che in Medio Oriente farlo, no?
This is where the story gets interesting. If a papal visit to Ukraine did get off the table and became a reality, it could jeopardize a potential meeting with Patriarch Kirill, who is a staunch supporter of the Russian president. It could also be used to fuel existing religious tensions, which would hardly fit Pope Francis' criteria for a trip that needs to be worthwhile and useful. What's interesting is that while the Pope ponders a possible visit to Ukraine, the Vatican has already announced that in June he will be traveling to Lebanon, a particularly convenient country in the Middle East, where that hypothetical meeting with the Russian Orthodox Patriarch might theoretically take place. Maybe that's why Pope Francis insists any concrete plans for a visit to Ukraine at this time are up in the air. Still, while Vatican diplomacy is hard at work analyzing the risks and benefits of such a visit, no one really knows what the Pope's security detail thinks about the idea, although it's not hard to imagine.